Hey everybody, it's Chris for AllEars TV and AllEars.net with today's Disney Fast Facts. Today we've got your fun Fast Facts on the Contemporary Resort. Disney's Contemporary Resort opened as the Contemporary Resort Hotel. Before that, however, the original name was the Tempo Bay Hotel. The problem was everyone associated with the project called the resort by its working name, the Contemporary Hotel. When Roy Disney heard that the official name was the Tempo Bay Hotel, he thought it sounded too phony and felt that the simpler working title was better. The original idea for the Contemporary was incredibly similar to Walt Disney's original conception of Epcot. Epcot was to be an actual self-sustaining community with a central core that held the community's shopping and common areas. Disney adapted some of the building design for the Contemporary from the central core of the original model of Epcot. The resort was designed with a unique process called unitized modular construction. Once the central elevator shaft went up with 13 steel truss A-frames, it formed a 150-foot high skeleton. A few miles away, assembly line workers built room modules at a rate of around 40 per week. When finished, each module was a freestanding unit complete with air conditioning, bathroom fixtures, sliding glass doors, and some pretty groovy decor. After being trucked over to the construction site, the nearly 9-ton rooms were lifted by a crane and slid into the building frame like dresser drawers. In addition to the Contemporary Resort, the other opening day resort was Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. There were originally other resorts planned for the Phase 1 of Disney World's resorts inspired by Asian, Venetian, and Persian motifs, with 2 of them being on either side of the Contemporary and connected with the monorail. But the oil embargoes of the 1970s meant that construction was halted on more large-scale hotels at Disney World. So the Contemporary and the Polynesian would be the only Disney hotels on property until 1988. Modern styles of the 60s and 70s are pretty out there by today's standards, but at that time, the Contemporary Resort was beyond modern. The idea of a monorail that literally came through the hotel was extremely futuristic. Utilizing an open-air central concourse made popular by the Hyatts, the main hall named the Grand Canyon Concourse is where you'll find restaurants and shops and a view of the 383 guest rooms. This style of architecture is highly effective but less cost-effective because basically a majority of your square footage is dedicated to air. Adorning the concourse walls is a multi-story mosaic designed by the amazing Imagineer Mary Blair, whose work you'll find in Disney films and attractions, namely a little ride called It's a Small World. To give the resort an even more futuristic sense, the Contemporary was actually designed to be more integrated with the park. Original concept art shows the hotel was going to connect right to Tomorrowland, which is why it's one of the closest hotels to any of the parks in Disney World. Also, the Contemporary isn't visible from any land in Magic Kingdom except for Tomorrowland. Because the design is futuristic enough to blend in with the scenery, Imagineers actually made it a focal point of the land. However, the connection between the Contemporary and Tomorrowland was never built. Still, guests can utilize a walkway to the entrance gates of the Magic Kingdom, which makes it a prime location so you can avoid the huge morning and evening crowds trying to leave the parks. Part of any hotel's business plan is to support conventions. It was the Associated Press Managing Editor's annual convention that was home to what would become perhaps the most famous presidential press conference statement in history. Many years earlier, Vice President Nixon was on hand to dedicate the Disneyland monorail. In fact, it was a very famous event as they closed the monorail with Vice President Nixon on board and sent it on its way before the Secret Service could board. However, that wasn't the most famous Nixon moment on a Disney property. On November 17, 1973, the Contemporary was the site where President Richard Nixon declared, "I'm not a crook." Less than 1 year later, facing almost certain impeachment, Nixon announced his resignation. Like any other Disney project, this hotel is no stranger to renovations and updates, including Bay Lake Tower, which had some very expensive DVC offerings. Some of the units feature full-length windows with spectacular views of Magic Kingdom. Word is that some of the units have movable partitions that allow fireworks viewing from the bathtub, if, that's your jam. In the main building of the Contemporary, there are several restaurants. California Grill is a full-service, top-quality restaurant located at the top of the Contemporary Resort's tower. The restaurant was formerly the top-of-the-world restaurant and featured dinner shows. Since day one, they have served an incredible goat cheese ravioli. Now, I could tell you all about it, but you could just visit AllEars.net and download the recipe and make it for yourself. Trust me, it's worth the effort because it's one of those flavors that will bring a tear to your eye. You can also check out The Wave, a table service restaurant with contemporary American fare and wonderful cocktails. And to round it out, there's the Contempo Cafe, a quick service location which is right next to Chef Mickey's, a character buffet. Here are some quick tips for the Contemporary Resort. The location puts you in excellent proximity to Magic Kingdom. By monorail or by foot, it's the most convenient way to get to the park. Chef Mickey's is one of the best spots to meet the Fab Five all at once. We're talking Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto. And they are even dressed in chef attire, which is way too much fun. If you eat at the California Grill Lounge, you can still use that receipt to gain you access at the restaurant's balcony where you can watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks from one of the most amazing vantage points in all of Disney World. There's your Disney Fast Facts about the Contemporary Resort. If you've ever stayed here, you know it's truly like staying with Walt himself, being so close to the Magic Kingdom in what was such a futuristic time capsule always makes our family smile. May not be the best resort, but it's definitely one of the most Disney resorts. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. We'd also love for you to jump over to AllEars.net, write a review about this hotel. That's right, you can write a review on anything you like and help others plan a better trip. If you like this video, please click on that thumbs up. Be sure to stay tuned to All Ears TV and AllEars.net for more Disney news, fun, and stuff. And follow us on Instagram at AllEars.net. New to the channel? Check out our other All Ears videos right here, and please subscribe to AllEars.net. Clang the little notification bell so you immediately get notified when we post a new video. This is Chris for All Ears TV. See you next time.